So what happens when Aspinall fights Jon Jones?
There's some guys, they're just blessed. And then with Jon, it's blessed and his mind. He's not going to lose. He's going to find a way to get you. And he's going to do it clever. He's not going to point the center of the octagon, let's go right here, we'll stand right here. Never going to happen with Jon Jones. You're getting knees to the gut, you're getting your knees kicked, laced up with elbows where your head's bleeding. He's going to slowly dismantle you and find a way to submit you.
What makes Jon Jones so unique?
There is a dark side to Jon Jones. Jon Jones is he's a Jon Jones beats the out of people. So when you really think about fighting, put two guys in a room and who comes out? Jon Jones walks out of that room every time.
Jon's so much better on the ground, like worlds better, you know, and it takes so long to get really good on the ground. And we've seen Pereira get in trouble with guys on the ground that are nowhere near Jon's level, nowhere near. Jon dominates everybody. He took down Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is an Olympic wrestler. I think the #1 consensus greatest of all time is Jon Jones, because Jon Jones just went up and easily won the heavyweight title with a first-round submission. Easily, just took the guy down, strangled him quick.
With each passing day, the excitement surrounding the potential Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall fight continues to grow. Fans are eager, but all they've received so far is more waiting. While many see Aspinall as the biggest threat to Jones's title reign, Joe Rogan believes otherwise. Rogan recently explained why he thinks Tom Aspinall stands no chance against the reigning champion, Jon Jones. He described Jones as the boogeyman of MMA, a dominant and feared figure who seems almost untouchable. Jokingly, Rogan said death may not have caught up to Jones yet, but it's definitely knocked on his door. He recalled Jones's first fight with Alexander Gustafsson, where Jones entered with little to no training but still managed to rally late and win. Rogan pointed to their rematch as a true display of what a fully prepared Jon Jones looks like. Completely dominant and in control, for Rogan, it's all about mindset and preparation. And in those areas, he believes no one, including Aspinall, matches up to Jon Jones.
You know, you're getting up to elite status where you're calling out Jon Jones.
Yeah.
Right? That's the boogeyman. Like, Jon Jones is the boogeyman. And maybe he hasn't died, but he's probably he's probably knocked on the door a couple of times, like, what's going on, Death? You in there? When he fought Gustafsson, he had almost no training camp. They said he barely showed up. Like, you know, I talked to Jackson about it, and Greg Jackson was telling me, he's like, he didn't even train for that fight.
Wow.
He didn't even train. And then he pulled that fight off in the 4th and 5th rounds. That's when he really turned it up. So you're talking about a guy who hasn't even been training. And then you saw the real Jon Jones in the second fight. That's motivated Jon Jones. Because, like, I'm going to show you what the is really up. And then he just beats the shit out of Gustafsson in the second fight.
Joe Rogan said Jon Jones dominates everyone, highlighting the fact that he even managed to take down Daniel Cormier, an Olympic-level wrestler. Rogan described Jones as a different kind of athlete, saying it's not just his genetics, but also his mindset that sets him apart. He emphasized Jones's ruthless competitiveness and unshakable will to win. According to Rogan, Jones isn't the type to stand and trade shots in the middle of the octagon. Instead, he fights with intelligence, avoids unnecessary risks, and always finds a way to come out on top.
Jon dominates everybody. He took down Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is an Olympic wrestler. I mean, he's a phenomenal wrestler. And Jon took him down, and took him down multiple times. It's a different dude, man. This is what we're talking about, like, with genetics, right? There's some guys, they're just blessed. And then with Jon, it's blessed and his mind. It's not just, it's his personality, his, like, ruthless competitiveness. It's like, he's not going to lose. He's going to find a way to get you. And he's going to do it clever. He's not trying to take a bunch of punishment and stand and bang. He's not going to point the center of the octagon. Let's go right here. We'll stand right here. Never going to happen with Jon Jones. You're not getting none of that, son.
Joe Rogan described just how dangerous Jon Jones is inside the cage. He explained that Jones uses a brutal mix of weapons, knees to the body, damaging leg kicks, and sharp elbows that can easily cause cuts and bleeding. According to Rogan, Jones doesn't just look to finish quickly. He systematically breaks his opponents down over time, eventually submitting them or overwhelming them with vicious ground and pound.
You're getting knees to the gut, you're getting your knees kicked, you're getting just laced up with elbows where your head's bleeding. He's going to slowly dismantle you and find a way to submit you or punish you, beat you to death on the ground.
However, Joe Rogan expressed concern that Tom Aspinall's speed and athleticism could pose a real threat to Jon Jones. While Jones is known for breaking opponents down with elbows, kicks, and relentless ground and pound, Rogan admitted that Aspinall's rare combination of size and quickness might make him hard to control or slow down.
But can he do that with a guy like Aspinall, who's a legit 255-pound natural who moves like he's 80 pounds lighter? He's a freak, man.
Yeah.
Aspinall's a freak. Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem. That's a real problem.
Joe Rogan further acknowledged Tom Aspinall's incredible speed, suggesting he might be the fastest heavyweight in MMA history. He emphasized that no one moves the way Aspinall does at over 250 pounds, calling his movement extraordinary. Rogan highlighted Aspinall's rare blend of speed and agility as a serious challenge for any opponent. In addition to his athleticism, Rogan praised Aspinall's striking, noting his one-punch knockout power, black belt-level jiu-jitsu, and solid wrestling, making him a complete and dangerous fighter.
Aspinall's one of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fastest heavyweight in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. At a 250-plus pound frame, his movement's f***ing extraordinary. And that's something you have to deal with. Like, that is a crazy ability. His ability to move, like the way he moves, is so much different than everybody else in the sport. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler, his everything, and he's young.
Joe Rogan also pointed out that Jon Jones has experience dealing with fast, agile opponents like Alexander Gustafsson and Lyoto Machida during his time at light heavyweight. Jones proved he could handle speed and technical striking at the highest level. However, Rogan emphasized that there's a big difference between getting hit by a quick light heavyweight and taking shots from someone like Tom Aspinall, who brings that same speed but with true heavyweight power. That rare blend of size and quickness, Rogan said, represents an entirely new kind of threat.
But Jon has been used to fighting guys like Alexander Gustafsson, guys who are really fast at light heavyweight. So the speed is not going to be as much of an adjustment. Like, Jon's used to really fast people. He fought Lyoto Machida when Machida was in his prime. Machida was a lightning bolt, man. And he caught Jon a bunch of times. But then there's the thing of getting caught by Lyoto Machida is not like getting caught by 255-pound Tom Aspinall.
Joe Rogan also admitted that it's hard to bet against Jon Jones. However, he pointed out that Jones isn't a true heavyweight, noting that he still weighs around 230 pounds and could likely make light heavyweight again with a proper diet. Rogan emphasized that Jones hasn't added a significant amount of mass since moving up, and despite not being a natural heavyweight, he's always had a reputation for dominating bigger guys in training. He recalled stories, including one from Brendan Schaub, who said Jones used to beat up heavyweights at Jackson Wink and called him a freak for how easily he handled much larger opponents.
So what's your prediction if it happens?
It's hard to bet against Jon. It's hard to bet against Jon. But Jon's not a real heavyweight.
Yeah.
Jon could make light heavyweight, 100%. He weighs 230 right now, maybe a little less than 230. There's no doubt in my mind that if Jon just changed his diet and went back, he hasn't put that much mass on that you would say 205 is out of reach.
No, it's fluffy weight.
Yeah.
A lot of it, too.
Yeah, I mean, look, he had always had the reputation of f***ing all the heavyweights up at Jackson Winklejohn. Always. Everybody said, like, when Brendan went down and trained with him, Brendan was a heavyweight, Brendan Schaub, he's like, he f***ed me up. He goes, dude, I was like top 10 in the world as a heavyweight. I thought I was the me up. He goes, he beat my ass. And he goes, he beat everybody else's ass too. All the other heavyweights ragdolled dudes way bigger than him. He's just a freak.
On the other hand, despite all the hype, the Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall fight has yet to be officially announced or confirmed. Aspinall appears ready and eager to take on the challenge, but Jon Jones has not officially accepted his call-out. Chael Sonnen speculated that Jones might be hesitant to confirm the fight due to concerns about his future if he's no longer champion. At 36 years old, Sonnen suggested Jones may feel uncertain about what comes next in his career, especially with a younger rising star like Aspinall gaining momentum. He also questioned why the UFC continues to hold the belt with Jones, implying that if they had a clear plan for him beyond being champion, it would have already been made public.